everyone as we slowly start to join us for another day of Sassa Archeo Gaming. Who knows how long we'll play today?
Do we ever?
Never.
So we are continuing our playthrough of Uncharted 4, which, correct me from last week, I think next week is actually the finale, yeah?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Cool. So today we have, of course, Kate and Alex, our Sassa gamers, and Dr. Bill Farley, who has been playing through the game with us for quite a few weeks now. We had a few breaks in there, though, for other fun stuff that you can find the recordings of on our Twitch channel. So, what is Sassa? Sassa stands for Save Ancient Studies Alliance. It is our mission to reverse the current downward trend in the study of the ancient world by engaging the public and bringing together students and scholars to share their passion for the study of the ancient world in order to inspire a vast new generation of students. So, of course, we do this by having multiple kinds of live events. We're actually just starting to get organized to restart our book clubs, featuring different authors on books that have basically anything to do with ancient studies in any genre. We do Archeo Gaming, usually on Fridays at 3 p.m. EST, 2 p.m. EST, sorry. But today we switched it up and have it on Thursday. And we have lots of other fun events and do research and other things on our website that you should go check out. You can find us by searching Save Ancient Studies Alliance on any of the social media platforms, basically, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, etc. Please remember to like and subscribe to our pages. Please, in this event, be kind and respectful. Be active in the chat, which you guys always are. Thank you very much. Be patient with technology, which you guys always are. Thank you very much. And again, the recordings will be saved on these platforms, and there are always spoiler alerts. Last but not least, if you like what you see from Sassa, please consider becoming a monthly donor. You can do this on our website through PayPal or directly on Twitch using Amazon Prime or with Twitch. So there are quite a few ways to do it for as little as $3 a month, and it really helps us give you all this programming for free. So thank you for joining us, and I will hand it over to the team.
Thank you. Yes, Bill is in a new room. He's giving us the tour
This
of the house.
This is the same room I was in last week. It's just a slightly different angle, I think.
Okay. So
My
yeah,
lighting's not as
he has
good,
the
so.
range. Hello, Sneaky. In the chat, and hello everyone who's streaming in. Thank you for joining us on such short notice. We honestly had no idea if we would have been able to stream at all today. We have our skeleton guy, and no, that's not you, Alexander, but welcome back.
That's such an unnecessary. Okay, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
pale
great.
European.
Pale European?
Pale European, you know, all those things. All those
You're
good
European
things.
too.
Yes, and I'm also like distinctly purple with this lighting and this background, which is fantastic. It's very, very in character. So last time we talked about flintlocks, stone, thievery. What kind of manpower did they need to build that big ass neoclassical city that they built? And what else did we talk about? Oh, of course, the permanence of objects. So
What else did we do?
This time, where are we going? I have no idea what we're doing. I don't even know where I am. I need tea.
So we are, yeah. So yeah. Welcome back, everybody. This is exciting. We're here on a Thursday, which is weird, but that's because I won't be here tomorrow. So we the crew was kind enough to reschedule. But maybe for some folks who can't come on Fridays normally, maybe this is a special treat. They can come on a Thursday instead. Yeah, we were last time. So what I've got up here is the chapter select. So I switched. Alex missed this last time. I switched to my PS4. That's why I'm in a different room, so that I could get chapter select, so we could skip a bunch of chapters and get up to the good stuff. So last time we were exploring Libertalia, which is this weird early 18th century pirate town with this huge neoclassical. We really did. We talked about ballast flint and flintlock rifles and neoclassical architecture in the 18th century. We got into some stuff. But I thought what we do today, and I know Alex, you were looking forward to this, is we could do that chapter you've been wanting to do, which is actually the next chapter, which is this one in which we do a flashback to Nathan and his brother as children, in which they sneak into into it. Well, we'll see. We're gonna play it.
Don't
right?
spoil it. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are here.
Spoiler alert.
So I'm gonna start it up, but yeah, that's it. What we were. I remember. I was gonna say we started we were almost on time, but we started a couple minutes late because I was racing home from work and there was a horrible traffic jam, terrible 6-car pileup on the other side of the highway, which I'm thankful I was not a part of, just to be here to give you this hot content. So,
Yeah.
so thanks for rolling with us, everybody. We got some people in the chat. Look at this; it's exciting. There's people.
Yeah.
There's people.
Yeah. I mean, Bree's there. You know, our loyal ones.
I was just
there,
shooting
which is
it.
good.
Yeah.
We loved it. We loved it.
The PS4 takes much longer to load than the PS5, so we've got a little bit on the screen.
But
That
that's
is,
okay.
I was so.
But the PS5, I mean, even the PS4 was advertised as this console that wouldn't have any loading times. But I mean, really. And then the PS5 was advertised as no, this one is going to have no loading times. And to be fair, I played Miles Morales on the PS5, and that one did not have any loading times, and that was just amazing. Every other game that I've played on it is just the same as the PS4, or maybe each a little bit shorter, but still.
Yeah. Beer is also. Oh, nice. All right, so we've got a little. I don't remember. Do you remember why we're here? What's the point of this flashback is?
So you kind of figure it out while playing the chapter, but it's so one of the previous flashbacks, you saw Nate and his brother Sam take off with a motorcycle, and so I don't know if this is like an exact sequel to that, or like the next thing that happened in that story, or just a little bit later, but they're here to basically break into the building that you see before you, and they're looking for information on their mother. Actually, that's what I remember. What it is, but I think
we got more family issues. I see.
Yeah. We get like we've talked about it before, but like this game is really where you get to know everything about these characters, like their families, their living situations, their habits, their relationships, and I think this is like more in that same vein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you get to learn more about these characters.
And it comes back into the story somehow. They need to know about their mother because that's the connection to. That's their connection to Thomas 2. Is that it, or something? I can't really remember. So we'll find out. I think.
Wait, yeah. Well, we'll find out. But there's, I think it's in this chapter, but there's a pretty big revelation at the end of this. I think it's this chapter.
And now I am intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really neat chapter. I guess I have to go this way. He abandoned me. He left me.
Again.
I think this is basically the summary of Nathan Drake's story. He abandoned me.
He abandoned me, right? That's.
Oh yeah, so many.
That's sad.
So many father issues.
And yet.
So, but this is a cool. I think we've been thinking about doing this chapter since the beginning because it's a really interesting chapter just for our purposes because we're going to see.
I was told this was a cool chapter.
I like this one.
Some of the themes we've been developing, if I may be so bold as to suggest we've been developing themes, relating to archaeological ethics and artifact collection and sort of colonialism are really like on display, I think, in this section. So we're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see,
especially like. Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna. We're gonna see like all this travel gear, right? So the person who lives here is some sort of an adventurer in the Indiana Jonesian type, but we also are already starting to see some interesting this big statue here. Now we're really going to stress our global knowledge of different object material culture styles, I think, pretty quickly. So.
No, but in this chapter, like what you said about like the collecting of artifacts of the ancient world or post-ancient worlds is something that was really prominent. This is why I wanted to play this chapter, or I wanted you to play this chapter on stream, because you'll also see like artifacts from very different cultures together, like. So
okay,
it's
so
an interesting thing.
let's before we get into the permanence of objects, let us start with spilling some tea, which is archaeologists in the audience and in the chat, and Bill, you too. How many times have you been asked, but do you ever steal something from the field and bring it home for your collection? If you've ever been asked that, raise your hand, and I'll raise my feet too, basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh yeah, or I've had people working on digs, even students sometimes who are like, oh, can I just take this home? It's not really that valuable, right? It's like, no, you can't. Although what was it just a few months ago?
That's not how it works.
If any of you are on Archeo Twitter, you know that Archeo Twitter is constantly being just broiled in different sorts of controversies, and there was one a few months ago about an archaeologist working in, was it in Israel? Where did he work? Who was bragging about how he just like lets people take artifacts home with them.
Yes. Yes.
It was the meteorite guy, right? The biblical archaeologist guy. Wasn't it that same guy? So
I think it was him. Which is why I already blocked him preventively. Anyways, I was like, I knew that guy was fishy. But yeah, it's not how it works. Someone in the chat is asking, does anything ever end up offsite by actual accident? Yes, the bust of Nefertiti. Yes, that ended up offsite by accident, according to, smuggled in a toilet. So yes, it does happen.
I mean, I definitely have known.
Yes, on the plane, in a toilet.
I mean, every archaeologist has gotten home, and you're getting undressed, and you reach into your pocket, and you pull out like a ceramic shirt, and you're like, "Damn it!" This was
under your shoes.
This was supposed to go in a bag, and I forgot to. Oh, geez, okay. I guess I'm supposed to go down here.
Yeah, or like, Sharpies. I mean, 700 Sharpies. They're not ancient, but they're still valuable. But no, like usually you don't. I mean, okay. If you take something home, it's usually something that is outside of the digging area, like out of context, like you're on the street and there's like a piece of out of context pottery on the asphalt where the cars go. And you're like, well, this one I can take because it doesn't tell us anything. But anything that is like in the archaeological site, you don't take. And to be fair, sometimes tourists, where I work, actually come to us like looking all secretive. And they're like, oh, we found this. And it's like, piece of pottery, coin, statuette, whatever, completely out of context, but they found it in the archaeological park, and they know, to bring it to us. So we're like, always, thank you very much. You're the backbone of archaeology. We're not going to do anything to that. We're going to just write it, catalog it, and stuff it away. But that's a good practice, right? You don't steal shit, especially if you're digging abroad, because there are conventions, and you are not allowed to steal shit from other countries. Like officially or not. So that is the tea.
So this is supposedly a Ming Dynasty vessel here. Yeah, we're gonna get this impression. Nate's gonna come across as this kind of like weird like history savant, where in an Indiana Jonesian like kind of way. He's gonna know a little bit about everything. He's gonna be able to talk about 100 different places and sites and parts of the world. We've got an immediate focus a little bit on there's some sort of a little sub story happening here with the person who lives in this house and a Japanese professor of archaeology, right?
Yeah, so that's like a side story. That's the I think Evelyn is her name. Like that's the name of the person whose house this is, and through like these artifacts that you see here, like these letters, you kind of reconstruct the the history of that character. So it's kind of like environmental storytelling. So it's like story beats dispersed throughout a given space, and then you go from one beat to another, and then you reconstruct the history, which is similar, I think, to archaeology in a certain respect. You look for artifacts, and based on that artifact, you reconstruct a history or a past or something. So it kind of gives us contextualization of who this character is, and what we're looking for here. So Nathan and Sam, they're looking for one of their their mom's notebooks, like a white notebook. So you'll be looking through a lot of boxes there.
Yeah, because I think we learned right that their mom is the one who's the big history buff archaeology type, not their dad.
So they got it from I see.
Yeah, I actually love this room. This is very lovingly recreated, and it's kind of doing something cool with. I mean, I'm really fascinated. I think most people who are into archaeo gaming are, right? I'm very fascinated in this idea of like the archaeology of the much more recent history and how that can be valuable. So I love that they've got this room here. It's like lovingly like frozen in time, like 1950s, early 1960s, how with all these cool toys and the movie posters and the turntable and the trains, like just super cool. And they're placing that here of equal visual importance as the Ming Dynasty vase and the Japanese stuff. I think that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's really. I hadn't thought about that way. That's true. But also, what I like about this chapter is that it's one of the only ones in the entire series where you look at these artifacts and they actually give you at least a little bit of information about them. Like normally, when you're looking for artifacts in these games, you're just collecting them and there's a name and that's it.
Oh shit!
Like this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Is that the Dankaman's inner coffin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You tell her we've reached an artifact that we have an actual expert for. Let's see what.
Yeah.
Let's see what. What is it? Is it Tutankhamun's? Is that what this is?
I mean,
kind of looks like it. That
is him.
That would be kind of silly to put that here because doesn't everybody know what Tutankhamun's sarcophagus looks like?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can look at it and if there's a cartouche on it, but yeah, that's like.
There's a cartouche There's a little cartouche right there. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, I can zoom in on it.
Okay.
Let's see if you've caught up. I think I'm looking at. There's a cartouche there. That's.
1 second.
You can use photo mode as well.
Yeah, it's difficult to read it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Tutankhamun's cartouche.
It doesn't look like a real cartouche, to be honest, but that's okay. That's fine.
But right next.
It's fine. At least they put one in there.
So I'll say an opposite direction of the coolness. One thing that I think is maybe
Edwardian stuff.
Yeah, maybe what might be a little bit problematic about this is, in this kind of a 19th century, a smoking jacket wearing antiquarian vibe here, is the decontextualization of these things, right? This is kind of, it's like, cool, aesthetically interesting artifacts all. So we've got a African sort of looking.
And that's a papyrus with the waiting of the heart.
Yeah. With an Egyptian papyrus, more Chinese or Japanese ceramics here, maybe all together. And I don't know what this thing is supposed to be. This giant Greek tomb. Oh, maybe we've got a thing. Roman.
1 second. Look at the sarcophagus with those. That's Roman.
Etruscan?
Yeah, he said it's
Roman.
Roman.
That's
Roman. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's Roman. There you go.
Yeah, Roman 3rd, 4th century. So that one they actually tell us. So there's this kind of this one I can get at some information about too.
Well, that was an Etruscan one.
That's Etruscan. That's Etruscan. Yeah. Very plastic for being Etruscan. Like, that woman is doing a great back bend.
It's Etruscan.
Usually.
That's how she died.
Usually Etruscan sarcophagi are a little more stiff.
So we have to think about like why is it problematic to just shove all this stuff together into one room? It decontextualizes it, right? It just it's sort of just romanticizing, titillating, rather than really using it to reconstruct anything about past cultures. Oh, here's another one for you, Kate. When you catch up.
Oh yeah, when I catch up, I see the Buddha, I see a canopic jar. I fucking
Oh,
hope
yeah.
it's empty. I hope it's empty because you don't want someone's lungs in your yeah.
So let's.
Yeah.
He calls it an organ jar.
Yes, that's exactly what those were.
Yeah.
4 different animal, well, 3 animal, 1 human head, and 4 different organs put in there. You got the lungs, the stomach, the intestine. I never remember the 4th one, the liver. And they're just protected there. So you would, yeah. You wouldn't want someone's pickled lungs or liver in there.
So here's
the
here's the downside of playing on the PS4 is this would probably be much higher resolution texture maybe on the PS4.
To be fair, the texture is fine. Like when you think of like canopic jars, like not all of them were made of like beautiful shiny alabaster like Tutankhamun's. Like some were made of, very sketchy terracotta. So no offense.
It's really particular focus on Egyptian stuff.
They have other stuff as well later on, but I think it's kind of
also some Mayan things.
Yeah, also Mayan. Look at that. Yeah, it's cool. Would you call this like a how do you call it a Wunderhammer, like a chamber of wonders? Yeah. That's Nefertari. That's the vibe that is giving me, right? So we're like in the 1800s, 1700s, and we're like European noblemen who are collecting wonders from around the world with no context, no information, but they look cool, and then you can show off to your peers, right?
Yeah, we've got some Japanese samurai armor here. Yeah, it's in the museum trade what we call this a cabinet of curiosity.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the English.
Yeah, a curiosity cabinet or a curio cabinet. And that's a particular type of museum from that era, and there's still lots of museums that are like that, frankly. And they might.
The Sohn House collection in London.
Or how about sure, yeah. I mean, a lot of those museums have even I work in New Haven, and the Yale Peabody just went through a huge 3-year renovation that they're almost done with, but it was very much like an old school curiosity cabinet museum up until very recently, and it was like Native American projectile points next to dinosaur stuff next to it was just like old. That was the theme of a hall.
Like the Pitt Rivers Museum. I think it's in Oxford, right? Is it in Oxford? Which is when I went, and it was like 2013. It was like a time machine back to the 1800s. Everything crammed together in cases with like suspended, boats and totem poles and everything else. I was like, woof. Okay.
Really, this is fun to go through.
Problematic.
This is fun to go through this excruciatingly slowly.
Yeah.
Is that a Fabergé egg?
It's always fun to see the other NPC just waiting for you while you're your time with everything.
How about that? We've got a Venus figurine here. Is that the?
Yeah, true.
Oh yes, that's what's it called, Willendorf?
That's Willendorf. That's
Paleolithic Venuses.
Yeah, I mean they've done something here that's another thing that's very interesting that they often do in these kinds of games and movies like this, where it's not just like examples from these different cultures, but they literally have picked like the most famous museum pieces in the world, and they shove them in here like priceless human artifacts of world renown, and they just assume like, well, their person's not going to know what the Venus of Willendorf looks like. It's like, well, they might.
It's like in the very first episode when we had the reproduction of the map of the Muslim map.
True.
I was like, oh, you found the treasure, but it's a toy.
I like that. I like that. Right? They're playing around with this idea. They're playing around with this idea that like, what does ancient mean? To a 13-year-old kid, something from the 1950s is pretty ancient. Versus these other things. They're doing something. They're doing some interesting things. That's kind of a pretty painting. Don't know what that is. We're just gonna go through this excruciatingly slowly. I hope everybody's okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
We got another.
I also don't know the painting.
None of us took modern painting classes.
Ancient Persepolis, Amir Abbasi, University of Tehran. So this kind of another I would say, slightly romantic notion of thinking about archaeology from different eras is this internationalist vibe, like, right? That's part of the romance, and I guess I can't talk too much shit about that since I'm sitting here on a stream with, like we're kind of doing that right now a little bit, aren't we? So, this stream itself has had archaeologists from, many parts of the world on it, so that is actually kind of true about archaeology. You do get to meet very cool, interesting people from universities all over the world.
That's true.
And I would say even more so than it used to be. He's got a pith helmet on. That's not a pith helmet. Whatever that thing's called.
Oh my god. Well, the good old days.
So now we're in a basement kitchen. This is very Italian American.
Oh.
No,
see, also Southern Italian, because you wanna be below ground level when it's really hot, and so you have a basement kitchen.
Yeah, that would make sense because most Italian Americans are
from the south.
Are from including my own ancestors, and that's a very common, almost stereotypical thing for Italian Americans is to have a kitchen and then have another kitchen in your basement. That's where you cook. That's where you cook the sauce or whatever.
Today you learned.
Yeah. For anybody who's not aware,
there's always a kitchen nearby in case you need a snack.
Check it out.
Yes, because if you don't eat enough, are you really Italian? Like, and just a Roman? No, that's.
Yeah,
that looks like a Carthaginian actually. Or anyways,
they let me run around with the. So that's a good question because he said Hail Caesar, but is it actually Carthaginian?
It doesn't look too Roman. I mean, it's a cuirass, so probably, but the palmette decoration is weird. It does remind me of like one that is on a bust of Hannibal, but then again, too flowery. I wouldn't know. And like that, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put money on it, but
So here we go.
And that is, well, oh, whoa, that's one of those very, that looks like a mishmash. Oh, there was like a Cycladic figurine, but it had a weird appearance.
With the big teeth, this thing? Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
Oh,
well,
no,
thing next to it.
Yeah, that is true. That is Cycladic.
I'm enjoying this
so
shelf.
Weird. Anyways.
Everybody's a couple seconds behind me, but this shelf here, which has more European colonial era stuff. So we've got some lovely whiteware porcelains down here with a blue transfer print. Definitely chinoiseries. And some cool, ship navigation equipment and stuff. And look at this cute little Americana. So everything just really crammed in. We start to see some repeats. We saw these pots before somewhere else, so they only make so many. They only make so many assets,
So many assets, and then you kind of reuse them, but that's okay. That's fair.
I mean, to be fair, it is less striking here than it would be in an Assassin's Creed game. Like in Assassin's Creed, everything is, but here it's less obvious.
So I love that he's wearing a perfect Roman legionary helmet. To my knowledge, there will be like very few of those so well preserved in the world. And also this one must have been conserved, like touched by a conservation team, because when bronze or metal comes out of the ground, it's not like that. It doesn't look like that. So
like this very cute
stolen. Cleaned.
We're seeing the brothers' desire for travel and adventure here, but not particularly caring too much about preservation.
They're just.
We're just gonna wear this.
Slamming the globe.
Don't look at me. It's not my fault you weren't born yet. It's not like I remember much of it anyway. It wasn't that.
Also, they mentioned the Soviet Union, so we get a idea of when this is taking place.
Yep.
Oh yeah, pre.
This I guess
post.
Or the 90s.
Yeah, this has got to be. I guess it should be like the early to mid 80s, probably.
Yeah.
Or the globe is earlier.
Yeah, but he actually said he's
He
spending the
calls
globe,
it the
and
Soviet
let's go
Union.
here to the Soviet Union, so it's still supposed to exist, I think.
Fair. Oh, my journey to Lhasa.
Because
I see.
we're gonna learn about the person we're starting to see a little bit about the person whose house this
Mhm.
is.
Hmm.
All right, I think I can go back, put the helmet back. Yeah, I'm gonna put the helmet back.
Oh, you
Do
can
you have to?
trade it for
You can
other
keep it.
helmets.
That's
There's
okay.
other ones. You can mismatch them. You can put this one on a different
You can you can put it on like a different thing
armor.
later on. All right, I'm gonna leave it on for now.
I did that just because I wanted the person, I mean, the owner of this house to be really confused when she walked around.
Necessarily.
Yeah,
Fertility totems.
Fertility,
I think you can do it anyway.
fertility totems. Oh my goodness.
Aren't you a little
I mean,
me making that joke?
Hmm.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Being the one to
Which culture? Where is this from?
Uh,
Some,
I'm not sure. I don't recognize the style. It could be West African. Maybe.
yeah, I was also thinking Africa because of the
But I'm actually,
ears.
I'm honestly not sure. Reminds me a little bit of like Nok culture stuff, which is like West African.
Mhm.
But I've never seen that specific figure myself. Way outside of my specialty area for sure. So
Completely outside of my time, range, space,
exactly, yeah.
comfort zone.
Most of the really famous Nok culture figures are male figures
They must have thrown some
that I've seen. So I don't know.
the artifacts.
Maybe somebody in the chat knows. Anybody in the chat got us covered? Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's a letter.
Soup.
That's a long
Pot.
letter. 9 o'clock on Tuesday, which means it's afternoon in Arabia. I hope you are finding the heat bearable. The Queen of Sheba, at least, had an entourage accompanying her. So, yeah, we're starting to get this sense of this person as being a world traveler. We have these letters from different places all over the world. We've seen Japan and Arabia and, I don't know, what's some of the other
And also it says in the spirit of Solomon, like, oh, how quaint and how oriental.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Very. I'm sure there's some pretty heavy Orientalist stuff in here. That's probably
Mhm.
flying right under.
Yeah, you could say that.
Hey, check out.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna swap the helmets.
Viking helmet?
Yeah.
I see weapons. So Bill, you can also tell us about those weapons.
Oh God, am I a guy who knows about weapons? Oh crike!
I mean,
Unless they're in Dark Souls.
Oh, here we go again.
No,
This
I
game
don't.
is
I mean, these are European, right? These are like. I don't know.
I think they were like guns on the other wall. And,
there were
and
guns.
pistols
Okay.
and muskets.
Oh, I didn't want to put the helmet back. I thought that was so that I can get an explanation on the swords. Because there's a rapier and some sort of a dagger and then like a long sword. Oh, there was guns. Okay, I don't actually know. Like literally, what I said last week is everything I know about guns. You got the whole.
What did you say about guns last week?
Okay, so
It was a very fascinating discourse.
Yeah, well, so this is clearly this is like a chronological thing here, right? From the top to bottom, with a somewhat modern looking rifle
Oh, yeah.
at the bottom, and much more ancient styles.
Does the first one have like ivory inlays?
It looks like it.
Is that what I'm seeing?
That looks like I
fancy.
think that's a matchlock. And then that second one, the pistol right beneath it on the left, is a flintlock. I can tell because that little snaky looking thing, and that's the frizzen, which is the thing that holds the flint. And then you've got like a revolver, which is a much later, that's a 19th century technology. And there you go. I've officially re-exhausted everything on guns.
But just in case, we had to look at them. And there's the same portrait.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the
This
same
portrait is
Wow.
that's a reused asset. I don't think they're expecting people to
No.
to look at things.
look
but
at
it's
things
fun.
as deeply as we are here. Oh, here's the African section, I guess. We found.
Oh yeah, right. So some good old Orientalism
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
we gotta yeah.
Problematic
Weapons,
stuff.
masks, kind of looks like the British Museum. Anyways.
Yeah, this is very much how you would expect like a curiosity cabinet museum to do a display, and above the display would just be the word Africa, and it would have this, and with no explanation,
Yes.
no
Yes.
descriptions, no context, That's just kind of, like, that's just like how they rolled for a very long time. And a lot of those...
just to give the vibe of this how do you say, exotic continent, which is complete bullcrap, but it's kind of how many major museums display African art nowadays.
It's a way of othering as well.
Yes.
Like
Speaking of Orientalism, Lawrence of Arabia.
As one category of other. Well.
Yeah, exactly. Like as a monolith. Yeah, as a monolith thing. Like, sure, the culture is the same across a giant continent. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
the
mean,
culture is made to it's subject to like make this person feel more, elite or like.
Yes.
Well known.
It's a tool.
I'm not making sense today, but like making this person more knowledgeable about the world and everything.
Yes.
Giving status.
Yeah, and it's and I think the game, it's okay for the game to portray this stuff. In my mind, I'm thinking like, well, but they haven't done anything with it, right? That's my criticism of this. Is like, there's no criticism of this. I don't know how you would do that, because these like teenagers in 1985 wouldn't be running around going, "That's quite a colonialist mindset." Like, it's just that's
right.
That's
that belongs in a museum.
But yeah, it's like
it does.
But it's why jousting armor looks French. Oh yeah, okay.
But it also wouldn't make sense for him to criticize it, because he's doing the exact same thing. We saw his attic as well, and he's keeping artifacts in his attic too.
Yeah, I think there's supposed to be a thematic parallelism here, right, between this and the opening sequence, which saw that Nathan has basically done the same thing in a less grandiose way. They're romanticizing it, right? Like, I don't think we're supposed to be critical of this. I think we're supposed to go, wow, these were the good old days when you could have a house like this. Wouldn't that be cool?
When you could loot
your
shit out of other places, right?
Oh.
Adventure life. So this is the
Lost Treasures of
Xi'an.
Xi'an? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would assume Xi'an, yeah.
Yeah.
A dragon gong. Looks like it's from
my god.
Do it.
Yeah, we're deep into Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom territory.
Oh yeah, that opening.
Ooh, the fancy. Oh, okay. So now we're doing pirate ships.
So there isn't any like
diving bell.
They could have structured this chapter and like we start with Egypt and then we progress through history or something, but it's just all meshed together a little bit.
Yeah, it's quite.
So, note how Egypt is separated from the rest of Africa.
Yep. That's a really interesting observation.
Rome.
Which is they had Egypt was grouped with Rome and the Etruscans and Greece and
samurai
and
the Mayan as well.
And the Maya, right?
And the Mayans, but not with the rest of Africa, although Egypt is in Africa, but that's like colonialism 101, right? And like Eurocentrism 101, because but clearly Egypt is different. They're not barbarians.
There's that desire to claim Egypt as a part of European history.
History. There have been there were studies in the 20s that claimed that actually pharaohs were Aryans. So clearly they could not be.
Oh, I learned that
they could not be from Africa.
I learned that on the Ancient Aliens podcast that I did there, which everybody should check out. Not necessarily the episode I was on, but that's I'll look up the name of it and maybe throw it in the chat later, right? But the very much like very specifically, like there are specific Egyptian pharaohs who are specifically alien, and that's something that Tsoukalos there.
Is Akhenaten one of them?
I don't remember which ones they are specifically, but Tsoukalos there, he's got the specific ones that are the ones that are the aliens. Yeah.
There's so much bullshit. So much bullshit. I mean, how, why? I mean, I know why, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Amenhotep's name somewhere there on that paper.
Oh, did it say? Oh, I've been sort of skipping the papers because I was focusing in on the material stuff. Listen, we're archaeologists.
Yeah, no.
We're not using this history stuff, all right?
But also consider that during Dynasty 18, Amenhotep is like Bill, It's like everyone's name. Everyone has a
yeah.
cousin whose name is Amunhotep.
Also, like the book that we saw earlier, like a brief history of the of pirates. That's an actual book as well.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it is an actual book, if is it Drake or is it Nate or is it Sam? But one of them says it's fake, and that's I think also like scholarly opinion or something on it that it's I don't know what it was exactly, but that the author's name is fake or something. But they do show a certain awareness of these things, but like Bill says, like they don't really do anything with it.
Yeah, they just.
Oh,
yeah.
someone has the book in the chat.
Oh. Well, all right then.
But it is an actual, and the cover that they have in the game is the exact cover that I'll put it in the chat. I mean, it's like copy pasted on it.
The Maya civilization.
The Maya civilization from Mark Carrillo, Universidad de San Carlos de Guatemala.
I'm gonna let your Spanish is a lot better.
In the chat, yeah. Sometimes it feels like everyone wants to claim Egypt. They can't just let it be itself. Yeah, no, you can't, right? You need to claim it. I mean, it's an ancient thing. If you read Herodotus' book 2, he's trying to claim Egypt because he needs to prove that the Greeks are better than the Persians. And that the Greeks are way more ancient than they look like. So he's really trying to claim it, but poor guy.
I like this.
But yes, it's, what is this? Oh, Northern Transfer.
Yeah, this is
My dearest.
It's a letter from Amelia Earhart, and
wow.
and it's
wow.
Which is again right. We're tying. Oh God, there's so much like interesting stuff here about like early 20th century colonial adventurism and its connections to like the emerging aeronautics technology, and I don't know, there's just a lot you can unpack with this, and they could have done something with that. I don't know what though. I don't know what the game, you have any ideas? What could the game have done to unpack this in a meaningful way?
They could have had something like a dialogue line saying, I mean, even a reference to like this belongs in the museum or something, that would have been something they could have done easily. But I don't think it would have made sense because
it's not out yet at this point.
Oh yeah,
and also Indiana Jones did not exist yet at this point in the game, right?
He did. No. Indiana Jones 1 is 1981, I think. So this could be behind this.
Yeah, what year is this supposed to be? Do we think is this?
I mean, we saw Soviet Union, so it has to be before 1991.
Yeah.
So it could be somewhere in the 80s, and then Indiana Jones does exist.
It's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Although would the nuns have allowed them to watch Indiana Jones? I don't think so.
I mean, would they not have allowed them to escape the orphanage and break into a house? I mean.
No, that's true. As always, the Catholic Church, but.
Yeah, no, but that's a fair point to make.
Right.
But I don't think it would have made sense to criticize because he's doing the same thing. So it's like.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he is doing
it?
Exactly the same thing. And he is
stealing and he is looting.
I mean, there was Bill. Maybe you were there for that once again a shit show on Twitter when some professor had like had put like some archaeological artifacts in one of his bathrooms for aesthetics.
Oh, I do not remember. This might have been before my time. I'm relatively.
I think it was last year.
Oh, that might have been. I've been on Twitter for about 10 months, and I've seen my fair share of.
Yeah.
Dumb crap.
So if you think that all of this is like behind us, like.
Oh no way.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not like it's behind us in the sense that it's recognized that these are unethical practices by like the industry.
Yeah.
But there are still plenty of people who do this stuff and think it's fine.
Oh yeah.
And they think being stuffy. Yeah, I remember I have to somehow get up through that vent, and
I think.
I remember how to do it.
It's
Isn't there a way?
No, you have to go down to like the fireplace, and then there's something that you should move, I think.
Oh, there's something in the fire.
And then you climb that. But I'm not completely sure.
No, I think that's what I'm vaguely remember. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, there's a. I can't remember if there's more. There's still more to see,
Oh yeah,
right?
there. Yeah, I think so.
So we move this over, then this lets me kind of, we're going to do like a very mild... Oh, cool camera.
I think we there is more to see.
Now smile, alright?
With the hats on.
Yeah, I mean that hat has to be so heavy though.
I know, and it's so... I like how he waves the... He flaps.
Yeah,
the
it's like he's just doing like casually waving his head, but
And it still works. That's fantastic.
yeah, and it's not too big for him because his head is. I mean, he's a kid, and he has to shake it because so the photo is right.
Although I remember reading at some point that doesn't really do anything.
I thought I wasn't born then, so I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's rubbing it in. Oh, he just drops the helmet on the floor. I like that.
Yeah, you're not careful. I mean, who cares about historical artifacts, right? At this point, let's go.
Yeah, let's
So I don't actually know if there's another like big room like this. Well, no, I think there has to be one, at least one. I think.
I can't.
Thank you for stopping by, Sneaky, and dealing with our chaos.
Thank you for being here on a Thursday.
Yeah, our unplanned chaos on a Thursday
Yeah.
in this economy.
This economy.
In this economy.
Remember
But you know what happens when it's not Friday? I'm not receiving my food today.
I know we get you the whole time. We don't get our ceremonial.
I know, our ritual food delivery.
Yeah.
But next week we will have the ritual food
We'll be back
delivery
with more
again.
food.
Everybody's really been dealing with our quirks. Last week we only streamed for like an hour and 20 minutes, and everybody thought we were what silliness. Look at
Yeah,
this,
I know, we're usually.
Look at this air vent.
Yeah, I don't,
Look at that
it's
smoke detector. That looks.
also
modern.
still working. That should not be working. With batteries,
I mean, why wouldn't it?
I mean, it depends. It depends on on how long you leave them in. You're supposed to.
Yeah, but I mean, this isn't necessarily abandoned.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm in.
Let's see. 1 second.
Hold on.
So yeah, somebody is quite sick.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof.
So I like the way like it's the how the story like characterizes the person whose house this is. Like it's like these little hints and you sort of reconstruct the persona of this person.
Oh yeah, this is a wonderful bit of environmental storytelling, massively done in terms of just like video game storytelling here.
Sure.
Also, there is something like so. On the one hand, it's fun to see. So we're kind of reconstructing the two sides of this persona, right? So on the one hand, like the public facing scholar thing, but then there is something very intimate in like going through someone's like medicines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is good.
Because
Yeah,
like we're seeing.
there's just more Egyptian stuff here. I thought
I mean, of course, there's more Egyptian stuff because, but also they put together 3 different things from 3 different periods. Baladria, where are you? They put together someone that is like flogging a donkey on a boat with people beating the crap out of each other who are also in a different tomb in a different period. This is fantastic. This is the mishmash of my life. I need that on my wall.
just get this printed and put it on your wall, and it won't even be unethical because it's just like made up trash, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, unless they did the strappo and they took a piece of fresco from a tomb, which is something that did happen quite unethically, which is why several tombs have just, the heads conveniently missing, or other parts that are very beautiful and decoratively fancy.
We're definitely seeing
Wait,
repeats of some of the stuff here. I want to see what this book is.
Yeah.
Healthy Diet.
Wow. Okay.
I almost want, I think this would be an amazing blog or like a Twitter bot to make. Would be like video game books, There's so many great
Yeah.
books in video games, and one of my favorite
Sure.
parts is that they never model more than like 6 books, and then you'll go into a place that will have a whole library that will be made of just those 6 books repeated over and over. So we've got this healthy diet book, and then the exact same book is in the pile right behind it. Like,
Yeah.
Me, you need more copies.
or this
If
book.
you've played,
Oh yeah.
if you play It Takes Two, then you see the same books over and over
Oh
and
yeah.
over
Oh
again.
yeah.
Actually, now that you talk about fake books, I remember a couple of years ago when I was several years ago, I was at NYU. There was an exhibition by an artist who had created like a shelf with books that don't exist but are names in other books, and it was a brilliant installation. It was a
That's cool.
brilliant concept.
Yeah,
That's very meta.
You could do that with video game books, and I love
Yeah.
one of my favorites for that recently was in the Final Fantasy VII remake. Details like that, they did not get the same translation pass that the main dialogue did. So oftentimes they're really poorly translated from Japanese, just like gibberish English, and they're pretty hilarious. They're pretty funny. So that's the you get that sometimes where the books are just. I wish I could remember like a specific example, but I can't. All right, so this is
Actually, you should set that up like a Twitter account, like every
Yeah.
day or something. As a,
Oh my God.
a
That's
screenshot of it.
I wonder. It's possible that already exists, but I'm thinking of a really great. The thing I'm thinking of is that's like a super famous painting that's in like the Louvre, isn't it? The impressionist painting.
Well, there's a cycladic art again, like it's copy pasted here. Yeah.
Yeah.
To figurine.
What the heck was? What we just? Oh, the thing I'm thinking of is I'm thinking of a couple of blogs that are like one of them is called like video game vending machines, and that's all it is. It's just a person's gone through and collected every vending machine in every video game ever. There's thousands of them, and and some of them are really funny, and some of them are really boring, and some of them are just like photoshops of like real ones, like just shoved into like a 3D game. And this is the end zone, if I recall here. So coming to the
It
end.
is, yeah.
There is Can You Pet the Dog, which is a Twitter account
Yeah.
that only posts about being able to
Yeah.
pet the dogs in video games, right? So we're going back to typology. Like we've gone so forward that we're going backwards.
Anybody know?
Going back
Are
around.
these real? These aren't real archaeologists, are they? Can we look up Stefan
well,
I don't know.
I
Stefan
looked up one of
Tremblay
the
at the
previous
University?
ones, and there was an actual person with that name, but so it's Stefan Tremblay,
from
Yeah.
from Toronto?
University of Toronto.
That's the Harvard of Canada. Or so the people who went to the
No,
University of Toronto.
the only thing I find is like a Reddit page, but
This is, I think, the box.
no, there are people with that name in Canada, but
but none of them
I
are. It's not
can't
like
find.
It's not a real archaeologist. That would be interesting if
No.
they had done that. If they had
Yeah,
grabbed like the names of like somewhat obscure archaeologists that actually were at these different universities, and that would be cool. In
yeah.
the, in the
Or perhaps
19
even
And
people
there's
who
also-
consulted on this.
There's a Twitter bot about whether you can break the Geneva Convention. That is that's the content that some of us need, you know, just in case.
One of my favorite Twitter bots things is that this account where it posts a picture every day and you're supposed to look for the cat in the picture. It's always
Yes,
very well
yes.
hidden.
There's
But
no
it's
cat in this
amazing.
picture.
No, but there is. So, but,
Yeah, of course. But
Yeah,
it's
but
hidden.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I just think that would be such an interesting blog. Is like, video game books, and it would be books that are in video
Yeah.
games, and there's
Yeah.
so many of them, and some of them are really hilarious, and sometimes they're like in jokes. I'm thinking of like Doom Eternal has like a bookshelf in your dumb spaceship. That game was the dumbest video game I've ever played. I mean, it was fun,
And-
but dumb. And,
In Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, you can see copies of the early Lego Star Wars games scattered across the spaceship.
Oh,
It's
well, that is
perfect.
lovely.
So yeah, that was
Perfect.
the one the Doom in Doom Eternal. There's like a bookshelf, and the books are all the books are all either like in jokes about Doom and the history of Doom, or they're like id Software games. So there's ones that are like there's a book for Ion Storm games like Daikatana, and which is one of John Romero's later games, which is a terrible, terrible game, and Quake and things like that. So yeah, so we've reached, I think, kind of the end of this chapter here. There's all this
More or
stuff to
less.
read. It's
So we kind of we see this notebook, which I think I missed it now, but I think it's from their mother.
this is their mother's like research notes. This one.
Yeah, and so she was looking into Henry Avery, she was looking into the pirates, and now they're on that same journey actually. Like she was looking for
Aha.
Libertalia.
Also, I love the typewriter. I love the typewriter.
Yeah,
Hey, you keep your gun on me. Give me a gun.
but
Alright.
they weren't alone.
So yeah, we
I'm sorry, Nathan.
we meet this. So this is this woman was like their mother's research partner, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think she explained it.
You don't want
And I always felt like the implication was that they might have also been lovers, but that's
I mean,
Oh, I don't.
we don't all fall in love with our research partners,
Yeah.
but sometimes.
And that was, I just remember when I was watching it, I was like, that's the vibe I get. But it's you know, they don't, that's not.
Yeah, but also she's wearing a turtleneck, so maybe
Oh, that bullseye.
maybe I have no gator.
That bullseyed me. You nailed me. But that I don't know. I just remember when I played this the first time, thinking that was a subtext, but certainly not super.
Yeah, that
text.
could be.
that journal.
Mm.
Also, because we know that this person was married to the Japanese guy that would be like the first name, but that was apparently like a very rough marriage.
It's called a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still nice. So you mind?
Oh, of course she's old and coughs and sick and all of that. Clearly.
I mean, we saw the medication.
Yeah, I believe she's like
sick.
literally
Sick.
dying
Right.
of lung
Right.
cancer, and she's still smoking.
But she's still smoking. Yeah.
Oh, maybe yeah,
Gee.
yeah, that checks out. The pulmonary emphysema.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Collector of souls.
Oh my goodness.
Understatement. So,
Yeah, I suspect this is supposed to be the same night as the opening sequence because they're wearing the same
Yeah,
clothes.
probably. Yeah, I mean, they're kids though. So. But yeah, that's true. And I think someone in the chat posted it earlier as well. Like this is, like right afterwards.
so much to
That very night. Okay.
but then her illness. I'm sorry. Sorry. Happened a long time ago.
It's not all right. Let's be honest.
Mm.
This would have been becoming a achievement.
It's never gonna be all right, Sam. It's okay.
See, all of us. Greatness from small beginnings.
What am I doing here?
So Francis Drake's motto.
We're just waiting for this to play out. Oh yeah, now they've got the stuff
Yeah,
about
no.
Sir Francis Drake here, which is from the first game.
Yeah, so Sick Party's Magna, so that the ring that they have, and that's like Drake's motto:
So Francis Drake didn't have any heirs.
greatness from small things, or small beginnings.
So their father's supposed to be like kind of a scumbag, right? But he's also their connection to Drake, right? Presumably, since they're
Well,
I don't know. I know we assume
we'll see.
is the connection to Drake through
Spoilers. Do I sense spoilers?
Yeah,
I
this
said
is so
there will
funny.
be a revelation in this chapter.
Oh, it's in this chapter.
Okay.
God,
I think it is because I know for sure it's a flashback. It has to be a flashback chapter, but I think this is the last. I think this is it, but it's not this scene yet, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Okay.
Perhaps one day you'll be able to finish what she started.
Let's see. I got the.
Yeah, so,
And so they're like the journey that you're playing in Uncharted 4, like in real, I mean, in the present, is basically you're finishing what your mother started like all these years ago. Like you're going on the same journey, so that's
I
why it was so
see.
meaningful for him, and that's why Nate has been lying to his wife this entire time, or maybe not at this point anymore. But like because it's so like important to him, but that of course doesn't excuse the lying, which is one of my biggest criticisms of his character in the entire series, and especially in this game. Like, there's no reason for him to lie that way, but it's like it's very symbolic to him.
Sam?
Then of course.
Yeah, we're gonna
the
find out
only-
that Nate really isn't in it, nor is Sam really in it for the money in this particular case. This is
No, they're not. It's I mean, it's part of it, I guess, but it's finishing like they're the thing that they've been looking for their entire lives.
decide what we want to do next week. We want to try and do the end of the game next week. Is that what we want to try and do?
Yeah, we could do that. I mean,
Yeah.
makes sense.
That would make sense.
It was, yeah, we, as
Like,
a
we're
season
not-
finale.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to play all the way through, I don't think, but we can
No.
basically just skip ahead to where we think is
We can
roughly.
pick, we can select.
Yeah,
Roughly.
but also the later chapters are very long and very repetitive as well.
Yeah,
Like
there's
you
a-
get like in those later chapters, you kind of get to see.
Oh, F.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
don't. I
kinda get
wasn't
see
sure what I
they
was
were
supposed to
going
do there. I
for.
thought I was just supposed to drop. I don't know why that 6-foot fall killed me. You're more fragile.
Yeah, I mean, you're young, your bones are. They shouldn't be brittle. Never mind, you snap your neck.
So yeah, there's a lot of combat in the end game that's not actually all that
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
So
But you kind of get to see what they were going for with The Last of Us as well. Like it is this large open setting that you're traversing through really, really slowly, and it just like set piece to set piece. But it's not that interesting. I mean,
yeah, so we'll have to figure out what's a good spot. And then the ending. I just remember the ending is a very difficult. Like the final boss is like a super difficult, not very fun sword fight. It's like a complete.
it is. Just,
Yeah, it's like a completely
yeah.
new mechanic that they introduced just for the final
Yeah.
boss. And
But it's not that difficult, I think. But I recall it's difficult because there's this trophy that says "Don't get hit" or something, and then it's very difficult.
oh, maybe
If you
that's
just
what. Maybe
play
it's
it,
going for
not
the
that hard,
I just remember dying like a lot and not feeling like I really,
yeah.
like I really understood what I was supposed to do. Like,
Maybe we can play like because the last chapter is very short as well. I think. But maybe we could do like another one in between, like a small, like because you have the chapter select, but
Yeah, we
you
can
also
just-
I think you can choose which encounter or something.
I think you have to start at the beginning of the chapter.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Never mind then.
So
But
I-
because it would be cool to see like, yeah. How do I say this without spoiling? Like to them actually going where they're supposed to be going.
I mean, if
Um,
we've got a few hours, then you
Yeah.
know, we could do it. We could figure it out. We'll come up with a plan.
Yeah.
All in favor. I'm also thinking that like the cops from a certain country would have already shot them
Yeah.
This is
if they were slightly darker.
This is in America, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they're not shooting them because they're very
it's
white.
'cause-
Okay,
no, it's 'cause of
okay,
white.
I see.
Yeah, you're right. No.
I
I
can see
mean,
that.
they were in where were they in Boston one?
In
Yeah,
Boston,
this is-
they were in
Yeah.
Boston.
This
So
is
they
some-
ride motorcycles, but yeah.
Yeah, because I think
Yeah.
this is they must be in Massachusetts somewhere. They're
Yeah, probably.
Yo, that was a nice jump.
although that doesn't look like I don't know where in Massachusetts that's supposed to be.
But it could be. I mean, where is this? Do you recognize the?
I mean, is that the Brooklyn Bridge? Is this just New York?
That looks like
Oh, yeah,
it's
it does.
the Williamsburg Bridge, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's the other bridge.
The other bridge, right? Not the
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, sorry.
Mm.
No, that's not the Brooklyn Bridge. With the big
Brooklyn Bridge
square.
Williamsburg Bridge is much bigger, no? And much longer.
I thought the Brooklyn Bridge.
You're thinking the Verrazzano Bridge. Very long is the Verrazzano, the one that
No,
that
because
with the
I
island.
remember because I was. What was it? Isn't it? Like Williamsburg Bridge. It's a very long one.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
I don't know. Could be wrong.
I mean,
I know the Williamsburg Bridge is the one you see like in the intro to Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like at the end. That's a very long
The
one.
Brooklyn Bridge is the one that has the big square suspension piece. So I don't know. But it's also made of made of concrete.
But also, yeah.
Show it to us again, maybe that would be nice.
There's also the Manhattan Bridge with, you know.
Oh yeah,
Unless this is not supposed to be New York. I don't know.
New
what
York.
it's supposed to be.
But it is. the
Yeah,
80s,
unless it's not New
so,
York, but it looks
yeah.
like.
Is there a bridge like that in Boston?
Anyways.
Or would there have been a
Right.
bridge like that in Boston in 1983 or whatever this is supposed to be?
Mm. Oh, did you hear what they said?
Back at that mansion.
No. What's all right? Who you knew this?
This is that poor old man.
What their name actually is?
Oh, we're learning that they have a different name. What's their real name?
Hmm.
They're learning that their actual names are Nathan and Samuel Morgan. But
No, so they're not related to Drake.
To restart our lives.
they're not related,
They're related
at
to
all.
Morgan. They're related to Captain Morgan from the
Morgan-
Rum.
Yeah, Morgan is the name of their mother, Cassandra Morgan. But I hear, yeah, we're seeing it, but yeah, it's yeah, that was for their new name.
So
Their
they made. So they
fantasy
made. They
there
made.
was
They
their
made it up.
theory.
Right.
So they chose the name Drake as like a how do you say it? Like a symbol again, like it's for their mother.
Okay, that's nice.
Because she was
It
researching.
is nice, but then again, I mean, this is like the Rey Skywalker thing all over again. It's like, but it's to me what is weird here is that they did 3 games where they have no. I mean, there's one indication in Uncharted 3 that's not its actual name. But then here in the 4th one and the last one, they try to change all of that, and I mean, I didn't mind because I was playing through them like right after each other. But if you, I've been playing since 2009, and then 15, 16, 7 years later, you're invested in this character, and you find out that the one of the main draws, what the actual series started with, is just fake. That's, I guess that.
Yeah, I guess
That's a heavy retcon.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I took it as like a recontextualizing of his motivation, right? So we assume in the first game he's
Yeah.
chasing Drake because of his connection to Drake, but now we know maybe he was chasing Drake because he felt he was continuing his mother's research.
Yeah.
That like, but
Sure.
but like, why wouldn't he reveal that motivation ever? Maybe because he's, I don't know, he's ashamed of it, or because of the death of his brother.
The name has started to mean something to him, and like that's the name that everyone knows him by. So
Yeah.
why not?
But I mean, they choose it as a fake name because they're wanted by the police, so they have to change their name anyway. But then he chose Drake because of his mother's research, so it gets emotional. It's an emotional thing. It's like it has meaning to him. But it's, I mean, it is a retcon that quite late in the. I mean, at the very end of the series. I mean, this is chapter 16 of 21 of the final game where he's in. So
Yeah.
yeah,
He
but
also said follow the gunfire, which is very fair.
yeah. That's how you know in games if you're going the right way. If there's enemies
That's
to
true.
fight.
If
then
they're
you're
shooting
going the
at
right
you,
way.
then-
Yeah.
Yeah, this was an interesting thing. This is I thought that just as a storytelling perspective, like the tension between them as a couple was like very old school. Like, oh, they just won't communicate with each other, and
Yeah.
finally, like Nathan just excuse my language, but he just tells her what's going on, and she's like, oh, okay, right? Like it's like just have 2 honest words with one another, and you can solve most of your relationship problems. Like,
I mean, yes,
but
yes.
he chooses to lie to her.
Communication.
He chooses to lie to her about his brother, about this job that they're on, about his past, his mother. He lies to her about everything, and she forgives him rather quickly.
Yeah. pretty quickly.
They should have had a line. They should have had a line.
I foresee couple therapy for.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Well,
They should have had a line where she's like, "I will forgive you, but after this, you're seeing a therapist." That's what. Like,
Yeah.
not even couples therapy.
Right, if we come-
therapy.
If we come out alive, you're going into therapy.
Oh, good gracious.
But I like the focus on the relationship. Like it's like she's a more well-developed character in this one.
Yes, I
than
think so
just
too,
like
yeah.
the love interest,
Yeah,
like the damsel in distress.
she's very boring in the earlier games. In this one, I think she's much more interesting.
Yeah.
She doesn't really come into the narrative until this point, but from here on in, it's very much about. It ends up being about their relationship as much as anything else.
By the way, what I'm also constantly amazed by in this game is just like the quality of the facial animations. Like it's so subtle.
Yeah, they look
Like,
really good, and this is on.
They look amazing.
And we're playing on the PS4, and I turned the resolution down to 720p
Yeah.
because it made it run better on OBS. So we've kneecapped the graphics, and they still look very good.
They're amazing. Like the just like the very tiny changes in the way their face moves and how that portrays emotion. That's fantastic. I mean, this game is 5 or 6 years old at this point. I mean, or 6 or 7 even. So it's fantastic. They should do like a new Uncharted one and then see how far they can get this.
Reboot.
Not reboot maybe, but.
I know a lot of people were theorizing.
They finished the character. I mean, they ended his arc in a pretty nice way.
Yeah, I think a lot of people theorize they might make another game that's about their daughter. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. They might do that. But I think the main writer from Naughty Dog is gone now. I think she's actually working on with Lucasfilm Games or something.
I think I would appreciate to see them do something besides Uncharted and Last of Us, like start a new IP. Like they're that kind of. So here's a question: now that we're here, do we want to just continue forward, or should we skip to another chapter? You've played this much more recently, Alex. What do you think? I don't really remember what. I think we are kind of wandering through the jungle for quite a while.
Yeah, this is a kind of boring chapter. I mean, in terms of archaeology, at least.
Yeah, it's a fun
How many
chapter to play.
chapters are we missing? Like, how far are we from the end?
17 now, from 21.
And like you said before, some of the later chapters are long. There's a lot of game.
They drag. If you pull up the chapter list, maybe I can see. But I remember in Last of Us, you can choose the specific encounter that you want to play. Like every chapter is divided further.
I think we have to go back to the main menu. That's the beginning. We just started that chapter anyway if we really wanted to do that.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter.
Alright, so let's go to chapter... Oh, it does have an encounter select. I think that's new.
Oh.
I think they added that later, because I don't remember this. I think this is maybe something they must have added in a patch, because that's cool. Alright, so we were...
We were in 17 that we started.
Yeah, get to the car.
I can't really see it because the webcams are.
Oh yeah.
So,
I can actually move you. Hold on, if you give me a second.
No, but it's fine. I can see it now.
Yeah. So, for better or worse, get to the car, elevator up. New Devon. New Devon might be a good one because that's actually got some archaeology. It's kind of it's like another.
Yeah.
It's another. It's a little bit like the Libertalia chapter. It's a lot of architecture and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can you show the screenshot that they show with Avery's house?
Yeah, that's a big long set of firefights inside New Devon, if I recall.
Yeah, but what are features? Like that encounter is also really long, and there's also just fighting.
Yeah, it's a lot of long puzzles that involve swimming and things.
Yeah, so that's what I'm. Yeah.
Oh, Avery's Descent. This part's kind of fun and goofy.
It is, yeah. If you want to do it,
that's kind of the closest.
I
every one of these games sort of ends with a sort of supernatural section. This game doesn't really, but this is as close as it gets, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's not supernatural. It is dumb, but it's.
So we could probably, if we started here at Ambush, we could probably...
No, I would say, let's see where. Because in
Avery's
the
house
previous
starts.
one, you get to. I mean, it's not a spoiler anymore. It's literally called Avery's house, but that is a nice set piece, no?
Yeah, let's
If you-
do it. Let's do it. So
Like
this. So
like
after
at the dining room.
after this, we basically cruise around wherever they are. We're still in Madagascar, right? Isn't that where we still are?
Well, yeah, it's Libertalia, the island.
Oh yes, Libertalia.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is near Madagascar. We figured that out last week.
Yeah,
I had been thinking
It's
for
near.
years that Libertalia was in the Caribbean, and it's not. It's in the Indian
Yeah,
Ocean.
we
No.
were convinced, and then we
Yeah.
were like, nope.
Yeah, it's in the Indian Ocean. So this is the end of Libertalia, and then, I mean, the whole game, the rest of the game is all in Libertalia. Yeah, so it's less locations in this game than some of the previous ones.
Yeah.
You're in the Libertalia.
And what we could do is we can start water features, or what is it called? And if it drags too long, we can just skip to Avery's house or something.
Let's do it. I think we should start with Avery's house. Here's what I think we do: start
Yeah,
with Avery's
okay,
house,
that's good.
and then we blast through to the end between this week and next week. Let's just do it.
That's,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a long.
All right, so maybe not.
It's gonna be a long
we can
run.
just because there's a lot of fighting, and the chapter in like below ground, like that you talked about, like the more supernatural thing, it drags a little bit.
It's really long, yeah. We might want to next
Yeah.
week. We might want to just skip to the sort of ending set pieces, which there's some cool
Yeah.
stuff, and there's some cool pirate ships, and there's
Also, the epilogue is quite nice.
oh, the epilogue also has more like weird artifacts in people's houses,
True. Yeah.
which is mostly
That's
what this
true.
stream has been about for the last month and a half.
Yeah. So
Fair.
I mean, maybe next week we can do like the very ending and the epilogue, and I think that will be
Yeah,
a nice way of.
we haven't had any combat or anything. I'm ready to shoot some stuff. There's definitely some shooting in this chapter. There's definitely some shooting in this chapter, if I recall. Man, the load times really are so much slower on PS4. I'm so spoiled by the PS5 and it's solid.
Now you
state.
realize how
Oh, that's
important you are. Yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
kidding
yeah.
about the firefight. They throw you right in. Okay.
Oh, so we're too far then. Or aren't we?
We're not too
Wait, let me look. I'm gonna look it up. The scene that I wanna show.
Don't die.
well.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna die. Let's be honest. Should put it on.
Yeah, because this is a really tough encounter. I
Yeah,
died
it is really
so
hard.
many times with that.
I'm gonna put it on easy. I'm gonna do it.
I mean, nobody's gonna judge you. Oh,
I mean, I'm judging myself. How do I might have to go back to I might have to go back to start it on different mode. I don't even know how to do that. Restart encounter. Well, I'm gonna restart the encounter anyway. Let's see if I can do it. Let's try it. Let's try it once or twice. We're gonna talk
So
about.
I think it should be this encounter, but I'm not completely sure. So yeah, we'll see. And yeah, easy mode is fine.
the true easy mode is okay. Yeah.
I think this one even has a story mode, like below easy or something.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
God, these guys are.
because this encounter is really tough. There's multiple like
These dudes in the
minigun guys and grenade rocket launchers and everything. So
Cheers.
Ooh, boy, yeah, this is like end game, and I'm like not practiced right now.
but you're supposed to move around, I think, because if you keep in the same place, they're gonna flank you.
Yeah, so I think I have to go back to the main menu to change the difficulty. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
You might have to.
So what
Ooh.
what should we talk about?
Ooh.
We talked about so much stuff. We can unpack what we just saw. There was some stuff.
We had to unpack a lot. I'll be back because there's no food, but I need a snack.
Oh, I could just put it on Explorer
Yeah, do that.
and
Because that's basically what we're doing. We're exploring.
we're exploring, and this will make it so that it's
Because
like,
these guys, with the one with the minigun, they're so annoying.
yeah. I remember this game's hard, significantly harder than the previous games in the series. I think you feel very kind of noodly. Like I always feel like you really die very fast, and I think they want you to move a lot. But
Yeah,
they also
they
kinda-
want you to use the rope
Yeah, you're supposed to.
fly
Yeah,
around.
you're supposed to like swing around the level and move to different cover. But I always found like every time you try and do that, you just end up in a new place and then you're instantly surrounded again. So it's like, what's the point? I might as well just stay in one spot and try and survive.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my goodness!
And I also feel that this game is more hard, but because they kind of changed the shooting, they made it more realistic, I'd say, but it's more wonky. Like it's less accurate because it's more realistic. Like in the previous games, there was more like aim assist than in this one. I would say.
Oh, that aim assist is intense.
Yeah.
this is like I have it on like it's on like the story mode aim assist and it's like you're not kidding.
Oh, I'm still in the loading screen.
Yeah, it really just aims for you. All right, I gotta learn to
Yeah.
trust it a little bit. Yeah, they really.
Oh yeah, wow! I'm seeing it now. That's it.
I'm gonna use this. Eat lead, jerk. Who's shooting me? I shoot you. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Oh, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Give me that.
Well, that's the minigun.
This game's so dumb. Did I just kill everybody? Was that it? Was that the whole?
It is it have? Oh, in F4 it has unlimited. Oh no, it doesn't have unlimited now.
No, it doesn't give you unlimited ammo, unfortunately. But you're like almost.
Some
invincible.
games, yeah.
You're almost invincible. It's dumb. Like just running around like a jerk. Oh, there's a guy. Oh no, that's my wife. I shouldn't shoot her. Probably.
Yeah, do not.
You can't. You
Please do
cannot.
not shoot
You
your
cannot
wife.
kill your companions in this game. I don't think.
Yeah.
No.
They're
You needed that gun at a couple of previous locations. Yeah, it's like last time when we kept falling
Oh,
from
encounter
places.
complete. Restart encounter or quit to main menu. What does that mean?
What?
What?
Oh, because you're only playing. Wait, what?
Is that because
Also,
it's literally
so
you
the
just do
encounter selection is literally just the encounter. It doesn't progress
That's
through the story.
Oh,
That's dumb as fuck.
why? That's
I
stupid.
did not know that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
That's dumb.
So
Yeah.
you just have to do the chapter. Okay. All
Listen
right.
to the entire chapter.
Yeah, but we'll keep it on. We can just play it on story mode or whatever, and then any combat things will like be done in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but it's a long track. But if you want to do that, that's fine.
We can do some of it. We don't have to do it all.
Yeah, we can do some of it.
Let me see here. So we've got Avery's Descent, No Escape, Brother's Keeper, and A Thief's End. Those are the endings. So maybe
No,
go to-
do New Devon then. Because, I mean, Avery's Descent does not make any sense if you haven't played New Devon, I'd say. I mean, you don't know where you are.
Oh, yeah. How much time? We got about a half hour left here, probably.
Yeah, but we can start with New Devon and see how far we get in Explorer mode.
Yeah, Explorer mode will certainly make it faster because I won't die 5 times.
Yeah. Because they are hard chapters.
I'm sure that our wonderful viewers are just absolutely bonkering down on listening to us talk about our tactical approach to these combat encounters.
Yeah,
That's what
we
everybody.
do prepare these
That's what
things
everybody's here for. Let's be.
beforehand.
I know. That's why you're here. That's the kind of content you come for.
Watching us decide what we play.
Yes. Make harsh decisions.
Yeah.
Man, it just takes forever to load.
At least we have the rotating coin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm there. Yeah, New Devon. I
I'm
remember
not
this is
seeing it yet.
this is a cool chapter in terms of like looking at cool stuff.
Yeah.
Although it's not going to be a lot of it's similar to the stuff we saw in the Libertalia chapters.
Yeah, but it's more ruined. So basically, I think what the story is here. So New Devon is the capital of Libertalia. I think this is where, like how many are like 12, or is
Who's
it
got-
7? Like pirate leaders live. And so this is where, I mean, this is where they think that they stored all of the treasure.
Who's got their Latin?
Oh, because they saw the map on the roof.
Who's got
Oh
their,
yeah. Okay, you already knew that. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Fine.
who's got their Latin handy? Digna facets recipimus.
We receive the things that are worthy of our deeds.
Oh, so she just translated it for us.
From the Bible.
Yeah, but I think it was also in one of the previous chapters or something.
Yeah,
but
we
it's
receive
weird Latin.
the just rewards, like the things that are right for our
Yeah.
deeds.
Yeah.
Well, in his mind, I'm sure he thought he was.
There's a treasure. Ooh, what do we got? A Mughal stout vase. Oh, look at it. It's a cute.
Oh, the shiny one.
It's a
One
cute
second.
little. It's a cute little. It's
Oh,
just
he cute.
it's just a little
Oh
guy.
my god. I
Oh,
love
it
him.
is cute.
I love his little legs. Oh my god.
There's no way to run, huh?
Okay,
You
so
just-
after you're done with all the books in the video games, you should make a Twitter account with all the cute statues in video games.
yeah,
I would
cute.
never end.
No.
They're just little guys. And it's just cute statues. in
They're
video
just
games.
little guys.
Or you could do like an account like every day I post the same picture of the Mughal stout vase from Uncharted 4.
I know those
Yes,
are those
also
are.
that.
Picture.
That's it. You just make that and then it just happens. You set it up on.
Yeah, it's instantly, instantly viral and
I'm
get
telling you, I mean,
all of the attention. It'll get sponsored by Twitter.
Books of video
yeah,
games
surely.
is such a that's such an idea. I want to do that. I gotta remember where the heck I'm supposed to go here. There's something I'm supposed to
Yeah,
climb on.
I keep thinking how much I miss Prince of Persia. And I hope that the remake comes out so we can play it.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it's weird that they. That's
I mean, have you
Ubisoft,
seen
right?
the state of that trailer was...
There's a trailer?
There was a trailer, and everyone
What?
was like, what is this crap? And then they were like, first they were like, oh, it's exactly as we intended. And then they were like, yeah, so it's delayed to TBD.
There's a trailer?
Don't look steady.
Yeah,
Why not?
there was a trailer.
Oh, from 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
yeah.
there was a new one or something. Yeah, okay,
No,
yeah.
I wish. No.
Yeah.
No, it's it was a really sad endeavor.
By the way, does anyone know if pirates actually like lock people up in things like these?
Oh,
Bill?
That's
what? That killed me? Okay, I died. I don't know. Does it like? Is this a real thing? Who knows?
yeah. Maybe someone in the chat knows because there was someone here who had like the pirate book as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Anybody in the chat know? Is this a real
But
thing?
like it's
No,
because
do we know? Okay.
you always
I
see this
mean,
in pirate shows and pirate movies, but
But usually you see it done to the pirates from the the Spaniards or the British or the Eastern India Company or whoever, because you need to make an example of them, right? Like
Yeah.
it's usually the law doing that to criminals, like exposing their bodies. Like they wouldn't be alive in the cages; they would be already dead and just left there. Or I don't think public starvation was a thing. But also, like when you talk about like ancient torture methods, like most of it is 1800 like inventions. Like the Iron Maiden, like that shit is fake, but someone made it up. So,
yeah.
And now everyone's like, oh yeah, medieval tortures. I'm like, they had much more
Ooh, got a treasure.
straightforward ways to kill people.
A small Mughal
Oh, found the
dagger.
trap.
Very cute.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a little guy.
Why are all these Mughal things here?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Okay, so I think that wasn't actually the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably just to get the treasure. So where am I?
Thank you for trying, chat. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I was just wondering because we're here and we talk about looting, heritage, archaeology, stuff like that, but
Yeah, but
the
we
actual
are not
pirate
pirates.
period, that's not. Yeah.
Alas. Alas.
Why aren't you
I
pirates?
think you need to go the other way around. May
No,
I move?
Elena is just no. She doesn't need to move. Just
Yeah, and I've
just need to progress towards the house.
yeah, I found it. I found it.
Yeah.
I'm way
I
ahead
see.
of you
I
guys.
see. Oh, it's because
Oh,
Avery famously plundered
okay.
a Mughal ship. Oh, I see.
That's-
So it makes sense. Oh, that's so cool.
That's cool. So
What?
they
Oh.
kind of did their homework.
Yeah,
Like
oh, yeah,
I
they-
think you said J. Pasco, I think in the chat you already said that lots of the pirate history in the game comes from the book that we saw earlier. So
What'd you say?
they sort of did. I mean, some homework, but they take liberties with it.
It's a nice place.
This
Yeah.
is a nice shot.
Yeah, this is very pretty.
Setting.
Clearly some drainage issues.
I mean, this is always what you get like in Naughty Dog games. Like, you see this, and in every other video game, it would be like an easy road to get there. But in Naughty Dog, it's always like a huge trek to get from one location to the other because they're so diligent in how they create spaces, and every corner of this of every room is something that you need to explore almost.
She's still mad, I think.
Yeah, well, she has good right to be.
Yeah.
Mm.
One's still intact.
Sibo just at home playing Crash Bandicoot, and now she's on a pirate island.
And she's
Yeah,
like,
being
yeah,
shot at.
sure. Also, one of the pirates is a Mughal as well. Yes. If I remember the thing with all the paintings of the pirates, and I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
seeing one that was
That was
distinctly Mughal.
That's a cool scene.
That I recall.
I like that. Oh, do you know what happened with Sam? Like what he said? What did you skip that or?
I think we did skip that part. He gets captured at some point.
So yeah, so they both get in Libertalia. I think they both get captured, Sam and Nate, by Rafe.
Oops.
And so it turns out that Sam has been saying from the beginning that he's he needs to do this for this guy named Alcazar, like this huge drug lord who will kill him if he doesn't find the big treasure. But turns out that's all just a lie.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's just
Weird.
he's just been working with Rafe actually, and manipulating Nate into bringing him to this because Nate is much better at all of these things than he is. So yeah, that was also a big twist.
That's
And
right.
I think this is why he's now working with Elena, because
yeah, Sully.
yeah.
Sully calls Elena, I think, because isn't Sully called her?
I know Elena appears in Madagascar in the hotel. I think,
yeah,
like
I
out of
thought
nowhere. I
it
don't
was. I
remember
thought it
if
was.
Sully called her.
Yeah, I think it's Sully who calls her.
It could be.
He recognizes that Nate's in trouble, and he doesn't. Sully never trusts Sam. He doesn't like Sam.
No, for
And-
good reason.
Yeah, but we're gonna find out. Like Sam's not. He screws up, but he's not actually a bad guy. Like he's not like a villain.
He's not a villain, but he's
Through here. Watch your
Like
But he's not pleasant.
like Rafe
No.
is like
He's shady.
Rafe is like a real like true scumbag. Like he's a bad,
Yeah,
he's a bad dude.
that's true.
Like he's a bad dude.
He's a rascal, a rascallion,
He's a
a
whereas
scoundrel.
we're in Christopher Condent's house. Neat.
How fancy.
Oh yeah, so now you go through all the houses of the pirates.
Oh, the ones with the symbols. Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen some gameplay of this on a friend's channel like last year. Yeah.
Since we're on story mode, I'm not even gonna bother with stealth. We're just gonna use that locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna barge through them. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Get fucked. Goodbye. Goodbye.
This is what pirates would do.
Yeah, this is.
That's very true. That's very true. Is there an easy way out? We use it.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
Why
I
is,
don't see
living
why
at the
not.
role
why is this game so
making-
easy all of a sudden?
Yeah, we're not trying to get trophies and other.
No.
And Similia. So might as well.
Ooh, dive
Sorry.
underwater.
Sorry.
I'm gonna dive underwater because it's pretty, not because I care about getting caught.
I see.
Like all video
Don't
game
disagree.
characters, he can hold his breath for like 9 seconds
Yeah,
before he dies.
true.
Game was that I played not that long ago where they just made it so just you could just hold your breath for like ever, and it was like the best thing ever. Never put any time restraints in a video game. It's just the trashiest restriction, and it ruins games. For all our budding game developers in the chat, no time.
Oh, yeah.
Never
Please
put,
do not.
never put time constraints. No time
I
consumed.
remember when I played this, I died so much at this encounter. Like at this.
Oh yeah, these encounters are genuinely very hard.
This is really tough.
Yeah, and we're
The,
just
the enemies are pretty smart as well. Like they flank it and they know where you are at all times.
But yeah, we're just gonna cheat and use the story mode, which makes this extremely easy.
Yeah, where are they? Like.
I think I just honestly killed like a
All
lot
of them?
I also think they've reduced the number of enemies when you
Oh,
play
maybe.
these
That's more likely.
I think.
Yeah, because this was a really hard encounter.
Yeah. The story mode really does make it a lot easier. But that's the whole point. It's like I just want to play it's very friendly. It's like I just want to play the game and I don't really care about the combat stuff.
If you like all those speedrunners, do they use story mode then for this? Because
I don't think so. Well, I mean, I
So
guess
much
that's
easier.
probably a
I mean
category.
for the trophy. Like every Uncharted game has this one trophy that says like finish the game in like 2 hours or something.
Yeah, that's a good question. Can you get that trophy if you're if you're playing on story mode? I don't know.
I think you can actually. I'm not sure.
That would be the way to do it.
I don't think there's a restriction for it.
The story mode certainly does make the game a heck of a lot faster because these combat encounters are.
Yeah.
I want your gun.
Jesus. I think that's it. You okay?
Oh, okay, so that's it. We killed everybody. I don't know. We're not like. This is pretty.
Yeah.
Just casually strolling. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't.
Naughty Dog has it's really nailed the aesthetic of like recently ruined places.
Yeah, this place, I will say, we did the Libertalia chapter, and I spent most of the time making fun of how much everything you see would actually be gone. And this area is a lot more
This
realistic.
one is. Yeah, I buy it.
There's still a lot of wood, and I think very little of that wood would have survived after 400 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the molding would have gone, and like all the gilding would have gone. But yeah.
But this is closer, and I get thematically why they did that, because it's like as you move through the game, it's getting more and more ruined.
Yeah, but also if they have this one huge chapter Libertalia, then there's this one. I mean, if it looks exactly the same, it's just boring and repetitive. So
I wanna be a nerd though. Like we've seen like ruined houses, but like where's the collapsed walls? Where did the material go?
I want those collapses.
When stuff collapses, it
Why
doesn't
are they-
just disappear like that.
Oh, is this where I'm supposed
I mean, there is
Right?
water, like the stream. Maybe it's gone.
Fair, but like
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah.
right? Like if a wall falls down, it falls down like this, and then you find the destruction layer, or the collapse.
That's
But
true.
yeah, in that case, it's just evaporated. Anyways, no, that's minute picking.
I didn't watch that new Moon Knight yet. The new one. That was a new episode. Have you seen it?
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
it is,
Oh my god! It was heavy. It was a lot.
It is. I've seen it described as one of the best things Marvel ever put out, and I maybe not wholeheartedly, but I really do agree.
Wow, because I've been enjoying the show. I have not seen the most recent episode, but I've been enjoying it. I mean, I think Oscar Isaac is actually a really good actor, and that's
He is amazing.
And that's
He's great.
That's kind of
He's
weird
great.
in a Marvel property, and he's really like trying real hard, way more than I think actors normally do on Marvel properties.
But we should do like a Moon Knight special at one point. Like when the show is finished, we should do that.
That would be cool. Yeah.
When it's done, we should talk about it. We should have some of our Egyptologists back
Yeah.
Yeah, get all the Egyptologists
And-
on.
and yell about it. But it's also like it's a good. Some things are good interpretation. Like Marvel is doing what Marvel does, like taking stuff from mythology and making it into things that have sense in the Marvel universe. Oh, I see. I saw a familiar pirate flag in the sign. in the signature.
Yeah, let's see which one was it. That was. This is
It was the guy dancing with, chilling with the skeleton, chilling with death.
founder. That's Baldridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is quite.
Yep.
This section is quite dark, and again, very Bioshocky. This part of the game, like in the
Yes.
the way.
Yes.
I think this you're stumbling upon this area that's all these people. It like something went wrong, and what went wrong is they were libertarians. That's what went wrong. And
No,
Damn libertarians.
and if you have libertarians, this is what you get.
This is what happens. You need to learn. Children do not become libertarians.
This is the trick. I tell my students that every semester. Nobody ever believes me.
That is what happens. That's why pirates is okay. Libertarians is not.
All pirates are libertarians.
Oh.
You can't talk too much.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of the pirates were more on the extreme, on the extreme of the spectrum. Let's put it this way.
Oh, I forgot about how the heck do you do this?
Yeah, so there's a box or something that you need to get down the.
I forget what button you have to push to stick the thing into the wall. You remember how to...
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll
Try all of them.
Oh, I just threw a grenade and killed. Oh, I didn't quite kill myself.
I think it's like, is it R1 or maybe?
R1, I think, was what I just did. And it
Oh my god, that was a fucking grenade.
How the heck do you do this? Hold on, we can look this up. It's gonna be in the options. We can look at the view controls.
Right?
View controls.
Right? It's jumping.
Jump,
jumping,
climb, shoulder swap.
boing.
Roll, evade, take cover, reload. How do you actually mark enemy, zoom? How the heck do you actually stick the darn thing in the wall?
Or is it just melee? So it's because it's. I don't know.
I don't remember which button you push. This is stupid.
My
Oh, I
God.
just did another grenade.
Oh no. Stop it with the grenades.
I don't mean to. Oh, this is embarrassing. I can't. I pushed every button on the darn controller. Maybe I'm not doing it at the right time. I don't know. What do I do? What do I do? All right, I'm gonna Google this.
Do we Google it?
We gotta Google it.
Wait, hang on.
Let's Google it. But no, keep jumping, keep trying. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's someone clipped it.
Which button do you push to use the? What the heck is that thing even called?
Yeah, what is that called? Like, I'm just. What is that word?
Chat, where are you at? This is your job. This is why we have a chat.
I'm finding all these control schemes, but nothing says. Wow.
I'm just standing here. Use the
Pick? A climbing pick?
The pick in Uncharted.
Okay. Yeah.
I like pick. Pick's good. Let's see. How do you use the climbing pick in Uncharted? Or press X to latch near onto whatever object he intends to climb, and then use the left analog to navigate. Some cases
Python.
you
Yeah,
find you
also
press.
Python. Thank you.
Is it okay? But where's? Oh God.
But where is the X?
I know, but I was pushing X. It's definitely not X. So, whatever object you intends to delay. Jumping.
Use the climbing pick in Uncharted 4. X. It should be X.
I'm telling you, I'm pushing X like crazy. X is doing nothing. You have to hold it?
I don't know. It says X.
It's not doing it. It's not doing anything. This is hilarious and embarrassing. Maybe I have to. I try climbing up the rope again.
Oh no! Wait, hang on. No wait. Where is it on this?
See, he's just not really doing anything when I push the button. Yeah, he's just jumping up there and then. This is so embarrassing. I'm good at video games.
No. Hey.
Hint. Climb up to the box. I love it.
I mean,
I'm trying.
Come on, what?
My Google buddies.
are you pressing X mid-air?
No, I think maybe it's not X, but how? What are you climbing? Pick or like what is that word?
It's a pick.
Oh, I figured it
It's
out.
like a pick.
I got it.
Oh,
Oh.
that's it. Oh
What is it?
yeah.
Do you remember?
It's square.
Quite. Oh, because of it's melee then. That's the same
Oh,
button.
it's okay.
Okay. Let me try this again. It's square. I swear I pushed square about 257 times. Climb up there, Nate. All right, let's try this again.
I'm still watching you like jump up and down.
I got it. I did it.
Oh, thanks Brianna for clipping it.
I'm so no. Don't clip it. Did you catch me?
I mean,
did you catch me
the clip from
screaming?
the Tomb
I'm
Raider
good at
one.
video games while that happened. I'm good at these video games.
How far
Thank
behind
you for
am I?
clipping. No, we are good at the videos and the games. We are so good at this. Ah, we jump with the pick.
You can't do like stereotypical
Aha!
Italian accent. That's just,
I can't
that's
do
just
the
weird. That's just weird.
It's a me.
It's a me.
Nathan.
All right, now what do I do with this box?
That was
Wait.
an unnecessarily dramatic dive into this much water.
I mean, if you're in a pirate city.
I mean,
an
yes, you need to
abandoned
be able
pirate
to.
city.
Yeah, but then again, you
This is-
can break your own neck just for the theatricality of it all.
This is the
I mean,
problem
yeah.
with jumping into the game and not playing the whole thing through. Is that there's like
Yeah.
long tutorials on how to do all this stuff that we just haven't
I
done.
don't know. We just try. We just attempt.
If you put the box here, we can climb up.
Wait, okay, no, I have to just grab it. Okay, I get it. No, like a. That's what I want. God. This come for the archaeology. Stay for the
Stay for Neil trying to figure out the mechanics.
for the controller research.
Yeah, well, the chops are plenty busted already.
Stay for the Italian stereotypes.
Yeah, stay for the bad Italian accent made by an actual Italian.
I must say my favorite Twitter account right now is somebody whose name is Italian Elon Musk, and it's just
Ah!
Ah, I saw that.
It's
That
just
is-
a person
I
doing-
sent the calzone into the space. I don't pay the taxes.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
that
not
is
the only one that's
brilliant.
seen this. Oh god.
That's I mean, laughed so hard when I saw those posts.
Oh, I just threw another grenade. I keep pushing R1 because I've been playing like way too much Elden Ring, I think.
Oh yeah. God. Well, this game is kind of like Elden Ring.
It's just like Elden Ring, yeah.
Yeah. There's water.
So I'm in the water. What am I actually supposed to do?
We also go to the big manor
Let's keep going.
Which is where? Where is that? Do I swim
at
this way?
the horizon.
This
Beyond
seems like the
no,
other
wait,
way.
wait. No, the other way.
No, I can't swim that way.
No, don't that. Is it?
Oh, this big manor thing
Oh
over
my
here.
god! I swear we are good at games.
I swear to God. I'm so tired. I haven't slept
Yeah.
in months. Oh, okay, I see where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes these games, and the fourth one is certainly true still, do not do a great job of communicating what you're supposed to do next.
Mm.
There's a word for that, and I forget what it is. Conveyance, it's called. And sometimes they don't do an awesome job. And sometimes I'm like, man, I'm so dumb, I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do. And then I'm like, I'm actually like a relatively smart person, and if I can't figure this out, then they've probably screwed up. It's not me. It's the children. It's the children who are wrong. What we got here? Oh, there's some stuff I can pick up. Look at this. Oh, we've got a bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks a lot
That's
more like
beautiful.
the kind of artifact you might pull out of the ground.
Yes, yes. It's
And yet, nonetheless,
oxidized, ruined enough.
perfect paper. Completely. Look at the paper.
Yeah.
Again,
It's
what is it with
perfect.
the paper? Oh my god.
It's absolutely perfect, and it looks like it was written yesterday.
It's a burp. It's a burp.
The burb. I like the word burb.
Thunder condensed. Okay.
What do we
Also,
have?
that table should not be standing with all that humidity. That would.
Oh, no
No
way.
Oh, the
way.
humidity.
No, I know. I mean, it is very humid. Like that drape, those drape
Yeah.
tapestry drapery things on the window. Gone. Organic. First
And
thing.
also, like, these are made of wood, so even if, like, the ceiling wasn't broken through the years,
Yeah.
the moment he steps on it, it breaks.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, there's a cannon.
The wood.
It would. The wood would.
The wood break.
Could be fighting each other.
Yeah. Oh, we have a cannon. Just don't. I mean, maybe.
Cannons are neat. I need a nap. Oh, is it almost 5 o'clock? I gotta go, in 2 seconds. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got two places and cannons and things
Yeah.
and
We did
birds.
some stuff. We could have gotten a little further if it didn't take me 5 minutes to figure out how to push the square
Fine.
button.
God, here's a pick. That's okay.
Yes, so for next week, what we can do is we can pick up here. We go to the interesting thing, then we skip all the shooting, we go to the ending, and then the epilogue.
Let's
That
do
sound
it.
good?
Yes.
Yeah, the epilogue's
All right.
fun. The epilogue's fun.
Yeah,
That
the
is the
epilogue is
plan.
great.
And
The
next week
epilogue
we're-
is
Next week we'll
brilliant.
be at our normal time again, so we'll be on
Yeah.
Friday at
Yes,
2.
and a normal day. So next week, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, thank you everyone for showing up with
Yeah.
basically no,
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Kind of
no
weird. one.
forewarning. We were like, oh, we're live, but everyone was like, yes, good. We are very happy.
Mhm.
We're very pleased. The chat was active as always, so thank
Yeah,
you, chat,
thank you.
for asking things.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill, for getting ready to do this on short notice as well.
No. I'm glad we were still able to sneak one in this week because we were just gonna not play it all this week. So I'm glad we didn't get a chance to.
Yeah. I'm
Got
happy
to do the cool chapter with
Yes,
and learn
yes,
that
that was-
they're not actually called trick.
Right, exactly. So a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
So we'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
Thank you
See
for
you
being
next
here.
week,
Thank you for
everyone.
chatting. See you all.
Yeah.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.